This is a series of films that tells the history of contemporary fashion photography as seen through the eyes of models. The internet now is so important in fashion.
Oh yeah.
And it's not controlled in the same way the magazines used to be.
And they cannot control what people think and what people say.
No. And so all those Tumblrs that come out with full of pictures of you or full of pictures of a whole range of other people, that's something that people are actually, there's people doing it to themselves, which I think is a very interesting thing. So I think the power has shifted in fashion.
Oh yeah, that's why bloggers have become important.
Yeah. And do you feel that at all? Do you sense that?
I was so far from, internet world and Twitter and Insta and social media. I didn't understand any of it. And I was like, I remember when the computer came out, I said I have to take classes, which I did. And then when I started doing TV, they're like, you have to learn how to do social media. It's like, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Now I know how to do it basic.
Yeah.
And
are you Instagram?
I Instagram and I tweet.
There you go.
And I don't know how to do Facebook though.
Right.
I can put something on Facebook through my Twitter, but I don't actually go on and, But I do feel that it's made me feel a connection with people that have been supportive to me, and I can say thank you to them, and they can get to know me a bit better, which is what I want. I don't want to be someone that's unapproachable.
No.
And I think before social media came, I definitely was. Before I did TV, I definitely was.
Right.
And I think once you open your mouth and people hear you speak, or they get some sense of you, you become a bit more approachable. Now when I walk down the street, people say hello, I say hello back. Yeah. I'm much more talkative today in the airport, I'm in this grocery store, selling online, or just on the street than I was before.
Yeah.
So it's changed me too, It's made me more open and just like...
But I wonder if that will change how many women of colour will be seen in fashion.
Well, I don't know. This is with the powers that be, though, isn't it? It's a whole different
But the powers
kind
that
of
be
fish.
are now changing.
The powers that be have to change because the powers that be have to understand music, art, sports. They cannot do that.
No.
Could you imagine if you'd done that in sports?
No, it's dreadful. No.
What would you have left?
Well, not very much. Not very much. Because my feeling is that sort of, because I didn't check your Instagram figures or your Twitter figures, but in the past, people like Cara Delevingne.
My Twitter figures are not high. I'm better on Instagram.
Right, but there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people follow.
I have over 1 million now, but I like Instagram. But I put how I feel, and I don't know.
But that's more than the circulation in nearly any magazine you work for.
Oh, that's true.
So
think about that.
The power is now with you, not with them. So I think it's an interesting time. So now I think...
Oh yeah, Cara is a rock star.
Yeah.
Absolute rock star. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe there's a bit of hope in that.
Yep. Keep one.
Digging through. So, Naomi, tell me a little bit about this. First of all, tell me which photographer it was.
This picture is shot by Bruce Weber for American Vogue. Grace Coddington is the editor. Oribe Francois, makeup and hair. And hair was done by Didier.
Okay.
Makeup was by Francois. This is a manic picture.
Tell me a little bit about this. So it's a picture outside and you're with...
We're in Atlantic City on the boardwalk. Mike Tyson has about 4 hours. And Bruce, I had to get ready, so while I was getting hair and makeup ready, Bruce already shot him on his own, some pictures. And then we venture outside, mayhem.
And are you nervous at this point?
No, I'm not nervous, I'm with Iron Mike. No, I was just, it's been such a long time talking about it.
Yeah.
And Grace Coddington was always, and Bruce was always kept saying to me, want to shoot Mike. I think Bruce said it to me from the get-go, as soon as he knew we were friends.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I promise you, I tried to keep my word. I tried to be a person of my word. So we went ahead with it. And Grace loved him too.
Yeah.
And Didier too loved him. So it was like, it was a fun day. I don't know if Don King was meant to be in the picture right there, but he was going to be in the picture. Thank you so much. This was Rory, who worked for Mike. And they were friends from when he was 15, when he lived in Catskills, when he lived with Customato, and then Don King, who was at that point promoting him. I'm not sure if he was managing him, but he was definitely promoting him.
And what are you seeing when you're looking towards the camera?
I'm seeing Bruce and Bruce's film, got his assistants with the film camera. I think he has us on film too, because he filmed most of the stuff.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of assistants, but Bruce with, his bandana, like how Bruce looks. And just like more and more and more, he loved it. I think Bruce wanted more people. If you can get more people in that shot, he would have loved it.
And is he loud as a photographer?
No, Bruce is soft.
Really?
No, Bruce is not loud.
Okay.
He's very, he's very soft. Not soft-spoken, but he's very moderate voice and very sweet. He's not, when he speaks to you, it's not, I don't think I've ever heard Bruce scream.
Right.
Yeah.
Because photographers have different pitches. I mean, some photographers
he's very
are very
moderate,
quiet.
and he's very polite, actually, too, when he speaks to you. Could you do it? He's, yeah, he is.
And no music playing, I guess? What do you hear?
No. There may have been music. It's a long way back, but if there was music, it could have been Public Enemy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there may have been music.
And is that music provided because Mike would ask
Mike
for
liked
it,
Public
or?
Enemy, and I got to America and I heard rap. I was just like, my first video I saw was Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Yeah.
And Steven Tyler, and just loved that video. And then after it was NWA, and then Public Enemy, and Big Daddy Kane, which I listen to. I love rap. I listened to Big Daddy Kane yesterday on the way to the airport coming here. So I love rap music. It's just it gives you energy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it does.
Especially the old school rap.
And would that be Bruce playing it because that's the sort of music he plays?
And maybe Mike had asked for it, I'm not sure, but he wants to make you feel, you all gave us music that you want to make us feel comfortable. Whatever makes us more relaxed, you give it to us.
Yeah.
Music.
Right. I mean, it's a super important part of taking a fashion image.
I think it is.
Which is why I'm always curious about what people are hearing.
I think music is important. It's like, when I went to, I gave an award at Fashion Rocks in New York recently, and they said, "Oh, why are you here?" And I'm like, "Well," and what you wear? And I'm like, "Versace," and they're like, "And why do you?" I said, "Well, I think music and fashion go hand in hand." And I said, I got to live that firsthand. Why working with Gianni Versace, we walk down the runway, we'd have NXS playing behind us, Lenny Kravitz, Sting, The Police, John Bon Jovi, Elton John, Prince. I'm like, never going to happen again. So I think, I think Gianni was a real force of that.
Yeah.
And and Gianni was a big supporter of Mike's, and Mike only wore Versace at that time.
Oh, really?
Only wore Versace.
Right. Mm-hmm. And did you work a lot with Bruce?
I did. Yes, I did. Not as much as I worked with Steven. But when we did stories, they were big stories. Like he always wanted my family involved. Yeah. It was always more like friends and family.
Yeah,
after that, we did Italian Vogue story. We brought my mother and my baby brother over.
Right.
And even again now I just shot with them for British Vogue, where it's my mother, my grandmother, which were the 3 generations that have never been shot before.
Wow.
My school friends, my headmistress, my god's kids.
Oh, how brilliant.
Yeah. Brand Tiny Temper, and it took me back to Brixton. Yeah. And it was so cool to be back home and go down the market.
Are you Brixton or are you Streatham?
I'm Brixton. I'm between the two.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but born in Brixton. Well, raised in Streatham, but born in Brixton.
Right. I think they should have that statue of you that we did.
Oh yeah,
that should be in Brixton.
Well, it should be in front of Town Hall now.
I'll put it to.
We'll have to dress her.
There is that. So just a little bit more on Bruce, because as far as I know, obviously I've never been photographed with Bruce.
Bruce was always big productions.
That's what
and I shot with him for Ralph Lauren and Polo, and it's always been big productions. And he takes you to places where, like, when you shot in America, they take you like to this place called the Moorings, where you'd it's houses like on the beach. Yeah. So I used to end up I used to cook there for everyone. I used to love to cook Jamaican food, jerk, chicken, this spicy food. It's very much like, how can I say working with Bruce is like? It's like The Godfather, like in Francis Ford Coppola, or they have those big pictures of all the tables when they're making The Godfather, how they have their lunches. It's very much like that. Right. It's very family. He wants everyone together, and he's shooting the whole way through. Right. So even if you're not even dressed, sometimes he's still shooting. It's very much like, like that kind of vibe of family, old school, Italian. That type of vibe I get from when I work with him.
I guess that's what you get from his photographs. Yeah. But there's a natural grace in his photographs, which is beautiful.
It's not like he doesn't want you to pose. Right. He wants you just to be more natural, more you,
So does he set in place scenarios so people?
Yeah, there's a little scenario. I've also done a lot of film stuff with him, and you know, he likes when you move. When you move, you have to really move in terms of dance. You have to do it again and again and again with the same energy.
Right.
But it's always very real. So it's like, I find his pictures are always going to be like, back in the day, someone said, "That's me. Look at me. Who's that?" It would be, I don't know who he is, but you know, you don't know who's going to end up in the picture with you.
I mean, it's life, really. With Bruce.
It's life.
It's a big chunk of life that he likes. But I've always been a huge fan of his, right since the early days. I think he's one of the most elegant of the photographers. His work is one of the most elegant photographers.